I can't say this is true for other people, but for me, you're spot on. I wouldn't say I would have been an idiot to re-enter the workforce, but that's as close a term as I could come up with quickly, meaning it would be ridiculous or silly for me to re-enter the workforce at the time when I was thinking about it. The problem I had was I thought, I can't just sit around. And you hear this a lot. You hear people say, I couldn't just sit around. And there is so much real estate between, dying on your recliner and going out and taking a job. So I had to stop and ask myself, why is going out and getting a job my first response to not being sedentary or, feeling useless, etc.? And I was really fortunate that thought process entered the equation, because I could have easily just taken it as a foregone conclusion that I'm just a person who has to work. And I paused, I thought about it, and I thought, why can't I just sit around? And that caused me to start unpacking these things. And, people have asked me in the comments, well, why? What did you learn? And it's a long list. I would have to literally do a 20-part series on it. But I'll give you a couple of them. I lack self-esteem. So all of my validation and worth comes from exterior sources. So as soon as I stopped working, I didn't have that input that was helping me to feel like I had value. And what passed from my ego just sagged. I mean, just like a wilting plant. But fortunately, I went through that thought process. I started to learn about what was driving my motivation to get back in the workforce. And I started working on the things that had been driving me for the last 40 years, basically. And I don't regret the time I spent working. I don't regret the impact I had on people, the impact people had on me as a result of me being in the workforce. But I do wish that I could have learned some of these lessons easier. But that's how it is. Sometimes that's just how we learn. But I agree. I would say that people who re-enter the workforce after retiring, there's probably a good set of people that have all the right reasons, and it's perfectly healthy for them to do so. For me, you're 100% right. It would have been because of my lack of emotional balance and my lack of understanding of what was driving my behavior.